Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how I filmed this moody interview scene and then color corrected using the plugin DEHANCER. Today's sponsors: DEHANCER Pro. DEHANCER is the plugin suite for film-like color grading and film effects in editing programs like Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere, Adobe After Effects, and DaVinci Resolve. They are allowing us to pass on a 10% discount to our viewers when they use the code 7AshesProd at checkout. And purchasing the plugin will also help our channel out a lot. And now on to the video. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to show you how I recreated this vintage look here in my garage studio using only a couple lights and a very powerful plugin called DEHANCER Pro. DEHANCER Pro is a powerful third-party plugin for DaVinci Resolve and for Adobe products that allows us to reproduce the look and feel of classic film stocks. Aside from the plugin for Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, After Effects, and DaVinci Resolve, they also have a companion app for iOS. In the strictest sense, DEHANCER is sponsoring this video, but only in that they offered me a license for their software and an affiliate link in exchange for an honest review. They haven't influenced my review at all, and they won't see this video before it's published. So, on to our scene. I want to use this scene from Blade Runner as inspiration and set up a shot that looks like it could have come from that same time. So once I've set up my interrogation desk, I'm going to change the background to get this light and dark separation. I'm going to do that by cracking my garage door open. I'll diffuse the light coming in by borrowing the guest bathroom shower curtain and gaff tape it to the garage door. And since I have reflective insulation panels on the garage door, I'm going to cover the reflective bits with a dark drop and tuck it in. So now I have this great contrasty backlight. Let's get my face lit. I'll use my GVM SD150R spotlight to give me a nice edge light and use my RGB light wand to fill my face a bit more so I'm not completely in darkness. I'll add some depth to my scene with a can of aerosol atmosphere. And that looks great. This is a good looking scene. Let's head over to DaVinci Resolve. Here we are in DaVinci Resolve, and I'm going to do a quick color grade before adding the DEHANCER plugin. You could do your color correction completely in DEHANCER, but I like to get a good general grade before adding any third-party plugins. I'll set up two nodes, my contrast and my DEHANCER nodes. Now go ahead and do the easy grade and bring in the dehaze plugin. Already this brings me a lot closer to my basic grade. Now I'll adjust the contrast node so that we get the full range of light and dark in our scene. I'll also go ahead and make a few cosmetic changes, and then we're ready for DEHANCER. So we've added DEHANCER, and you can see it immediately has applied some presets. I think that's going to mess up some of my decision making, so I'm going to disable all the options and enable them one by one. I'll start by selecting our camera color profile. In this case, it's the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. And then I'll drop down to film. Now, Blade Runner was filmed on Eastman Color Negative to 100T 5247 film, which is not an option in our dropdown. But after doing some research, I think that the Kodak Vision 350D gives a similar aesthetic. This dropdown is great because it gives you so many different options for different kinds of camera stocks. Now let's take a look at print. This is a set of options that makes the image look like it's actually on physical media. We'll go with the Kodak 2383 print film. I've saved a still from the Blade Runner in my DaVinci file so I can refer back to it and make sure I'm getting close. I'll make some adjustments in the print section to accommodate for exposure. I'll go ahead and adjust my initial grade to accommodate the plugin and make sure I don't look too unsaturated. Moving on to Color Head. This is a tool that's been inspired by photo enlargers and printer lights. The changes we'll make here will be very slight and subtle, as each of these color sliders will tint to one color or the other: yellow blue, magenta green, and cyan red. We're looking just to make slight adjustments to better match our reference frame. Then I'll adjust the tones for shadows, midtones, and highlights. The next section is film grain, which is a no-brainer when it comes to film emulation. But instead of just popping a grain overlay, this process is unique with each application. It is realistic film grain simulation with adjustable size, amount, and impact with separate controls in shadows, midtones, and highlights. We're going to go with the 35mm grain with the ISO at 250 to give us that real crunchy look. To add to that, I'll select film damage, and that'll give us some random specks and projector damage to our look. And to further add to that, we'll select film breadth, which refers to an accidental change in exposure, contrast, and color from frame to frame as the film moves. The nature of this phenomenon is determined by several factors: uneven emulsion coating, instability of the camera shutter, and film development deviations. We'll also add gate weave. If you've ever watched an older film and noticed that the picture wasn't exactly sitting still, there's always a slight bounce or vibration. This was caused by the physical film being spun on the reels in the projector. These options mimic that effect. We're getting pretty close to being done. I just want to point out something that I love about this plugin, and that is the dedicated LUT generator, so that you can easily apply this look across your entire project. I'll make some last minute cosmetic changes to my grade, and voila, you have a piece of vintage film. I also went ahead and, using pre-grade piece of our footage, I used the same settings in After Effects as I did in DaVinci. The result, I think you can see, is identical. So no matter what your editing program, if DEHANCER supports it, you're going to get the same cinema quality every time. In closing, I absolutely love this plugin. It is a bit resource heavy, and that price tag's no joke, but I really think it's worth having in your arsenal, especially if you want to really push your videos and experiment with different styles of color grades. I think it's definitely worth it for editors and aspiring colors to at least play with the free trial and see what they can achieve with these tools. If you were so inclined to actually purchase the plugin, you can use the code 7ashesprod at checkout to get 10% off, and your purchase will also help me out a lot. So let me know if you guys have used this plugin, or send me a link to work you've done with it. If you found this review helpful, please like, subscribe, tap the bell. And I hope you guys have a great holiday, and I'll see you on the other side.